Hey there my friend, in this unit we're going to talk about the Les Paul electric guitars. This one is an Ultra one made by Epiphone. And basically there are 4 types of Ultra, the Ultra 1, 2, 3 and the Ultra Pro. They are specific to Epiphone, you won't find them for Gibson. This brings me to talking about who makes the Les Paul, the LPs, electric guitars. Epiphone and Gibson. And that's all. Sometimes, on some guitars, you won't find the name Les Paul here, but it's still Les Paul. It's a signature guitar after all. And you can also find some copies, some bad copies, and some good copies out there, and they don't have the name attached to it. So beware of that. To put it simply, Gibson guitars are high-end products, and Epiphone guitars low-end products. That means that Gibson guitars are most of the time more expensive and sound better than their brothers. But Epiphone guitars still sound very good for their price, and they're a good choice if you don't have a lot of money. Now, let me give you a tour of what we can find on most Les Paul electric guitars. There you go. Okay, so you can see here 4 knobs, 2 for the volume and 2 for the tone. So, why 2? I've only got actually 2 pickups here. So, these 2 handle the neck pickup and these 2 the bridge pickup. Having 4 knobs is really standard for Les Paul electric guitars, but sometimes you've got less, like on Gibson's single pickup Les Pauls. Talking about pickups, these are humbuckers. A humbucker is not a single coil pickup like found on a Stratocaster, for example. There are 2 coils in it in order to block the hum, the interference you can hear on single coil pickups. For the record, they were first integrated to the Gibson Les Paul Custom in 1957. So, if you come across an old Les Paul, you might not have humbuckers attached to it, but you'd be very lucky to play on one of these beauties. So right when the Gibson integrated the pairs, which is the other name for humbuckers, they decided to place 3 pickups on it. But this guitar were only produced for 3 years, so it's kind of rare nowadays. Now, some Les Paul guitars only have 1 pickup, either near the bridge or near the fretboard, but there are very few of them. To change the sound of the guitar, you can have access to a switch button embedded to every Les Paul with at least 2 pickups. It's usually found in this rear, and sometimes it's near the other knobs. Here it's rhythm, and here treble. The rhythm position is for the neck pickup, more basses in this rear of the guitar. It's not only destined to strumming, you can also solo or play whatever you want. There's no rule, it's just a matter of taste. The position in the middle activates both pickups. This would give you bass and treble at the same time. And the treble position, you've guessed it, is for the bridge humbucker. So obviously more treble in this rear of the guitar. Another important thing to talk about is the bridge and the stop bar tapees. The bridge is called the Tune-O-Matic. It's actually a very famous bridge. There are bolts placed on both sides here so you can adjust the action of the guitar. And you can also set the scale length for each string with the screws placed on the side of the bridge. You will see that here. The stop bar tapees appeared 1 or 2 years after the first Les Paul guitar was built in the early 1950s. It replaced basically the trapeze tapees usually found on Ashtop guitars. Its role is to lock the strings at this point, but also offers more sustain as the tapees and the bridge as well have been bolted to the body, so when the strings vibrate they transmit the vibration to the stop bar tapees and to the bridge. and they pass it onto the body, and that will give you more resonance. And this is why the stop-bar tapist and the Tune-o-matic are loved by many guitar players. Now let's talk about the shape of the guitar. Most Les Paul are designed like this, but some of them have the double cut. It's basically the same cut reproduced on the other side of the guitar. So the switch button here has to move near the other knobs. The wood used for the top is generally maple. Here it's Quilton maple and mahogany for the body and for the neck. For the fretboard, it's Indian rosewood here. It could be Brazilian rosewood or ebony as well. It's more expensive. You notice the trapezoid inlays on the fretboard. They're very common on Les Paul electric guitars. The finish here is faded cherry sunburst. I personally love Les Paul finishes, and there are a lot of them which are astoundingly beautiful. The head is quite different from a Stratocaster's. The tuning pegs are placed on both sides, contrary to the Stratocaster, which have all of them facing the sky, or the roof. That means it could be a little bit trickier to tune in on stage when you don't really have the time to do it, but that does not make a huge difference. It's only a matter of feeling. You also notice a cover plate here. So what does it cover? The truss rod, which is placed along the guitar neck. So, if you remove the cover plate, you will be able to adjust the truss rod in order to set the guitar neck backwards or forwards. Another thing that makes an Epiphone Les Paul different from Gibson's, apart from the pride, the sound and the logo, is the number of screws here. There are 3 on an Epiphone and 2 on a Gibson. This is quite useful in case the logo is missing, if you have to determine if it's a fake or not. The scale length is always 24.75 inches. Yeah, that's precise, and there are always 22 frets. It's not a guitar specialized for shredding, but it's still a good guitar for metal. It's a really great guitar for blues, rock, hard rock, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses. Slash is a well-known endorser of the Les Paul and actually has a lot of signature guitar with his name on it. Really versatile instrument and definitely one of the best. So if you're looking for a warm sound, a lot of mid-range and a really elegant design, this is truly a good choice. There are so many models, I cannot present all of them to you. There are also some bad fake and some really great copies out there. Word of advice if you're really looking for that type of guitar. Go test a Les Paul on the local shop. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Let's move on to Stratocasters.